will never watch it again. I hate that dude. Oh my god. I would not out of my way sit down and say I want to watch this show. No. Hey, hi, what's up? It's Day Day here. Welcome if you're new, and if you're not, ooh. I watch K-dramas, movies, TV shows. I like to talk about them. So if you haven't subscribed yet, today, if you haven't seen from the title of this video, I'm going to be ranking all of... I gotta be careful because the One Piece fans could kidnap me after this video is uploaded. But I'm gonna be ranking all the major arcs from One Piece. Now, disclaimer. Please, I'm caught up with the anime by now, but I started watching One Piece by accident in July. Let me give you the story. Alright, cool. I went to a friend's place and they were watching One Piece. They were watching this anime and I'm just like, oh, that looks pretty good. Like, I'm not a very avid anime watcher, so I had no idea what they were watching. They said we're watching One Piece. And I'm like, isn't that the anime that's like a gajillion episodes long? I got into One Piece at the Wano arc. No cushion, no heads up, that's where they were. And for me, if I started watching something with someone, it's very difficult for me to watch it alone. I've been scarred. Let's not even do that. I'm still very new at this, still very new at to anime in general, so please don't come for me. I have my laptop here. I've seen a lot of YouTubers use tiermaker.com to do these sort of rankings, and that's what we're going to do. But before we go ahead, these are my social media handles. So please go follow me on there. I'm not very interesting on there, but I'm trying to be. Yeah. All right, let's get right into this. Ooh, there's a helicopter. Can you see that? Sir, I am trying to record a video. So for the ranking, I have a 6-tier ranking scale going from red to fucking gray. Torture Me Instead is the far end of the scale, which lots of trauma. I wouldn't be doing it again. You couldn't make me do it again. Then we have RIP My Anxiety, arcs that triggered my fight or flight, but not in the same way that Torture Me Instead did. Why, Oda, why? Emotional trauma, heartbreak, sadness. Could rewatch for a fee. Now this one, I feel like I would have a lot of arcs to put in this one specifically. One Piece is a beautiful anime. I will not trade the experience of watching One Piece, but this is just how I feel, okay, guys? Fucking legendary. You know, I feel like we all have that one arc, and I'm sure it's like a universal arc for all of us that we know is fucking legendary. I'm just talking too much, all right? I'm scared. East Blue, start of the whole One Piece anime. It's a very feel-good arc. It definitely could rewatch for a fee. You know what? I don't think I would even like charge to watch East Blue again, but could rewatch for a fee. I like money. Next, we have the Arabasta arc. Y'all, listen, I don't know if I could do Arabasta even for a fee. Like, Crocodile is insane. He's smart. And one thing I've noticed is whenever there is a villain that shows Shige to the Straw Hats, or specifically Luffy, it always falls in the RIP My Anxiety. It always gives me anxiety, or it turns into an arc that I don't want to watch again. I don't know. I don't know why. Also, like, they were in the desert for like 90% of the entire arc was in the desert. It's hot. And they kept splitting up. My anxiety was just going. It's definitely RIP My Anxiety for me. Yeah, it's definitely that. Oh my god. Sky Island, Skype. I could not sit still because right from the jump, I just knew something was going to go wrong. There was a lot wrong with that arc, so it was definitely anxiety inducing, but I could definitely rewatch it for a fee. Can I really? Yeah, I could definitely rewatch it for a fee. Now, I've seen this discourse where people are like, are the Straw Hats like fucking nice, good people? They are pirates. They just happen to show up and be involved in situations that portray them to be more morally right than their counterparts. So are they good people? I don't know. They're literally pirates. Next up, we have Water 7. Water 7. Water 7. Water 7, Eni's Lobby, all of that. I don't know. I could definitely watch Water 7 for a fee, but Eni's Lobby is definitely anxiety inducing. Why? Because of the whole Buster Call situation and the fact that the person who was basically in charge of the Buster Call was a total idiot. I don't know, he was an idiot. Next up, Thriller Bark. Oh, as much as I like the fact that they found one of my favorite characters in this arc, we'll never watch it again. One, because the villain in Thriller Bark, the warlord in Thriller Bark, has a very creepy power. Then there's the girl who takes away all your will to live. She's creepy. Her laugh is... I can still hear it. Yeah, Thriller Bark definitely is a torture me instead. You would have to beat me, force feed me, waterboard me or something. I'm not watching Thriller Bark again. I'm so traumatized. What's his name even? What's his bloody name? I forget his name. Hold on. Thriller Bark. Villain. There we go. Fucking Gecko Moria. Fucking hate that dude. Oh my god. Sorry. I'm having a physical reaction. I'm sweating. I don't like Sabaody. I mean, watching it is nice. The Straw Hats got their asses kicked multiple times. And then there's Kuma, who now separated them. No clue where each other were. They just like went away for 2 years. It did lead to us, you know, getting into the war and shit. But like, I don't think, Why Oda Y is definitely a Sabaody or is the way around. Sabaody is definitely a Why Oda Y. Cause why did he do that? And then he made Kuma sit there and just like guard the Next is Impel Down. Impel Down. Impel Down. Oh fuck. You know, I still haven't finished Impel Down, but it's definitely an RIP my anxiety. Yeah, Impel Down is definitely RIP my anxiety for me. Nah, bro, like, and then Luffy got like poisoned. Next up, we have Fishman Island. Fishman Island was definitely a feel-good arc for me compared to Impel Down or Thriller Bark. It was anxiety-inducing when they went into the water because half the team are devil fruit eaters. If that bubble was to burst, they'd all be dead. So it was anxiety-inducing also because Luffy's a fucking idiot. Could rewatch for a fee, definitely. I would rewatch, well, not even for a fee. I would rewatch Fishman Island also because the villain is also an idiot. He's strong. Like, I'm gonna tell you that for free. And the fact they're underwater is already a disadvantage. But at the end of the day, he's a fucking idiot. I don't want to go into the psychology of that entire arc, but also because we got to meet Jinbei again. Jinbei is also one of my favorite Straw Hat characters. Straw Hat crew members. You just called him a Straw Hat character. Dressrosa. Hey, straight up RIP my anxiety. I would not out of my way sit down and say I want to watch this show and you can give me $1 million to sit still and watch it. No, especially when he put them in the birdcage. Girl, I was losing my mind on a daily basis. Like, also because he will not die. Doflamingo is like one of the strongest I wouldn't even say one of the strongest warlords. He's pretty strong. He is one of the strongest warlords. He's like descendants from a fucking celestial dragon, for fuck's sake. So yeah, he refused to die. He still didn't even die. Blood of Jesus. After Dressrosa, we go to Whole Cake Island. Big Mom scares me, but like I saw her backstory and everything, and just like she could have turned out good if the circumstance, well, I wouldn't know about good, but she would have turned out differently if the circumstances were different. Whole Cake Island, really, Sanji crying over cake, it was a feel-good one for me. I'd definitely put it under watch, could rewatch for a fee. I don't mind rewatching Whole Cake Island. Next up, we have the dreaded, this is my, oh god. Wano was the longest, most torturous arc there was. Oh shit, I just got goosebumps just thinking about it. Going into One Piece as a first time watcher and starting with Wano, I will very much not recommend you to do that. If you're going to watch One Piece, start with something nice. Like first of all, just watch East Blue. Don't start from anywhere past episodes 500. Don't do that to yourself. First off, that the guy that was the mayor, I hated him. I hated him so bad. I hated a lot of people. To be honest, I hated him more than I hated Kaido. Also, the fact that, like, if you remember, there's this town that got fed apples, a devil fruit, like the smile fruit or something like that. I could not stand it. Like the fact that you can't even cry or show emotion and you just have to laugh because you can physically not show emotion. People died. Like somebody cannot watch anime and tell me anime is not political. Wano was one of those arcs where like you could literally mirror it to real life. That's why it felt so much more visceral for me to watch Wano. And starting that as my beginning platform for One Piece scarred the fuck out of me. I could not shake off the feeling of watching that Wano arc for days. My friend was so worried about me. That's why Wano would forever be a torture me instead. But also, Wano is a fucking legendary arc. Wano was long. Wano taught those niggas lessons, bro. Like, it was such an aggravating arc to watch, especially when that bitch ass nigga turned out to be working for the big face nigga. Next up, we've got Egghead. The start of Egghead was refreshing. Refreshing for the Straw Hats, I would say. Not Kid. Kid fucking got destroyed. Ended up fucking getting shanked. Pun intended. Law got fucking destroyed by Blackbeard. Not fucking destroyed. At least he didn't fucking die. We also have the backstory for Kuma, which broke me. Which is why Mr. Egghead goes into Waiuda. And it's like so significant how the two Waiuda entries that I have all have one common denominator. You know, when my friend was telling me, oh, you really don't want to watch Egghead right now, I was like, no, it's okay. The cry I crowed. The fact that like you can have a group of people be so calculative with the lives of other people that they're supposedly higher than. How do you make a plan for someone's life that spans over like 20 years and even starts to affect their child that wasn't even born when you made the plan? I'm gonna put Egghead in Waiuda, but I'm also going to put Egghead in fucking legendary. If you're planning to watch One Piece, maybe wait a little bit more. Maybe start next year. Yeah. Because when you get to Egghead and realize there's nothing else to watch, you're gonna be fucking devastated, trust me. You see how I have not talked about Marineford? You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me to watch Marineford. Exile. Twice. Specifically, like, bitch. Now, I've never seen it. I've been told about it. I'm not gonna watch it because Ace died in there. Bitch. Impel Down is gonna be the last arc that I will be watching before I go back to watching Egghead. I might finish Whole Cake Island. But you see Marineford? Luffy is who he is. We've seen how he is post Ace. There's nothing I need to see Ace dying for. That's it for today's video. If you enjoy this video, I'm really thinking of doing more rankings and maybe spreading my wings to do more, like, maybe not less recaps, but just touch more on other stuff. Anyway, that's all we have for today. Don't forget to go like, comment, subscribe to me, please. Like, just do it. Do it. Let me know if there's any TV shows, K-dramas, movies, blah, 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 all of that stuff that you want me to talk about rank. I don't know. I'm still figuring this shit out, but these are my social media handles. My social media.